Hello, hello, beauties. Go on and get your kids because it's going to be one of those messages, okay? So I'm going to give you a few seconds so that you can either grab you some earbuds, save the video for later, do whatever you got to do. Because, yeah, it's one of them messages. Got the sage burning. So let me first go ahead and start off by telling you about this dream that I had. Had a dream a few nights ago that I was driving and I picked up a woman and she had several kids with her. I don't remember how many kids she had, but I remember I was driving a smaller vehicle and they had filled up the back seat and was sitting on laps. She had kids on her lap, and we went to a second stop and there was another woman and she also had multiple kids. So we were piled up. Lots of kids. Lots of kids, two women. There was one woman that I can still see her face when I close my eyes. She was very dark complected, beautiful chocolate skin, very smooth. She had her hair pulled back in a ponytail, and I remember her hair being a very beautiful wavy type of grade. Um, Dream switched over, and I was in this woman's house, and the kids were running around. She had a child sitting on her lap, and she asked me to grab something from her kitchen. I go inside the kitchen, and on one side of the room, everything was new, brand new. As far as appliances, everything was very shiny, very clean. On the other side, um, things were broken, dirty, falling apart. I go into the living room. I hand her whatever it was she asked for. I sat down, and as I sat down, there was a snake that began slithering across the floor towards me. As this snake began to come towards me, I see that, oh, it's coming towards me and it's coming swiftly. And as it approaches me, it raises up and gets ready to jump out and bite. I grab the snake by its neck, right under its head, and I just start squeezing really tight in this rage. And I remember the snake turning like a blood red. Um, I don't remember after that because, like, I just remember feeling enraged and squeezing really, really tight. Well, I meditated on it, and I did get a message that somebody was going to try me, somebody was going to try to attack, and I needed to be aware of that. Well, I thought, okay, well, that's just my message, it is what it is. I'll be ready because, I felt confident that in that dream, I caught that snake before it got to bite. So I was like, whoever gonna try me, I'm gonna catch that ass. I'm gonna catch that ass. So I get this passenger, and we run into a lot of traffic, and what was meant to be a 10-minute ride turned into a 30-minute ride, which actually ended up being the work of God because we had very deep conversation, and she began telling me personal information. I gave her some feedback and started pointing out to her the synchronicities that I was seeing as we were sitting there. We saw several numbers like right in front of us as we were stuck in traffic. And so I started pointing those things out for her so that she can start to pick up on those signs and synchronicities. She had also shared with me about a situation she was dealing with at her job where she had this very older man as a client that she was working with, and she was supposed to manage him and another client's accounts or whatever. And so this gentleman was offended by the fact that she was so young. She was so young and that she was a woman. And so he constantly refers to her as little girl. And so we had a conversation about that. And I told her about this boss that I had that did not like women at all. He had no respect for women. Women had no place in the workplace, but yet he had to tolerate them. Um, let alone a black woman. He I'm not gonna call her like that. I'm not gonna even go there. But he did not care for black women, period. And all the black women that he had to encounter before, he had absolutely no respect or appreciation for them, regardless as to how well of a job they did. And it made me start practicing the law of attraction really, really hard. And I told myself, I'm gonna make him. I'm not only is he going to respect me, but he's going to love me. He is going to see me as a regular human being and not a black woman. Like, I am an individual. I am a person. And so I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. The first thing I did when he started playing these little games was I pointed out that he had a mixed child, and that his grandchild, and that this mixed grandchild looked just like me and my daughter. I even went to the extent of bringing in pictures and putting it on my desk so that when he came bragging about her, I pointed, oh, look, we don't she look like she could be mine? I know it was petty. It was petty, y'all. But so long story short, he got on my nerves to the point to where I would say, you know what, today I'm going to go in, and he's going to leave me alone. He's going to speak to me, and he's going to stay out of my way all day long. And when I noticed that started working, I was like, okay, well, let's switch it up. Today he is going to notice my productivity and everything that I have accomplished with all of these accounts. And he is going to compliment the job that I've done. Well, before he could just compliment it, he started doing like data statistics and was trying to figure out how is it that she can get this done so quickly. Well, I love numbers. I love numbers, and I can memorize long sequential numbers. I did ordering. So with ordering, there were different commodity codes and purchase order numbers and stuff. And I could remember them all, and I typed very fast. So therefore, all of the locations got everything they needed really, really quickly. So he started noticing it, and he started respecting it once he was under the hot seat with his own boss, right? So I'm telling her this situation, and I'm telling her how basically, I imagined how well my day was going to go, and also the fact of how it trickled over and positively affected him, so that she can try that with this client that she was working with. So as we had a great conversation. She left feeling a lot more empowered, and I let her know how, every time I would get angry and let my ego take over, I was basically giving my power away, and he was winning. So she took that with great stride, and she had a plan. And so that was that. Go on further throughout my day. I get this passenger, and she's a young girl. I pick her up from the hotel. She's getting off work, and she's telling me how, she can't wait to get home. Her mama done made pork chops and, fried apples or whatever else. And she was just like, I have a few stops though before I go home. I'm like, okay, no problem. Now, when I get to the first stop, I see that it's Walmart, and I let her know. I said, all right, now, Don't be having me sitting out here while you're grocery shopping. This is Uber, not a personal, personal chauffeur or family member. So please be respectful about, the fact that I'm out here waiting for you. So the girl goes in the store. I get to playing on TikTok, and then I notice, oh, some time done went by. Then I start noticing people that went in after her is coming out. So I go and I check the app, and I'm like, damn, how long have I been out here? Well, now I'm getting irritated. I'm getting irritated because I'm starting to feel played. Because I just told this girl, you don't have a personal ride. I'm not your friend, your family member. I am an Uber driver, and I have other pickups to make. By this time, Uber done paused my rides. They done called to check to make sure that I was okay. And I was determined that I was not going to just cancel this ride, because now me and her girl have a face-to-face conversation about this, because, if people don't know what they've done, they don't know to correct it or not to do it again. So I told myself, I'm going to wait for this girl to come out, because she has 2 other stops even after this one. Long story short, this girl takes about 35 minutes to come out this Walmart. I am livid at this point. Now, mind you, let me go ahead and put this disclaimer out. That's my own fault, because I could have went ahead and canceled and went on about my business. But the mama in me was like, me and this little girl gonna have a conversation, because like, this is mad disrespectful. So I even called her phone and let her know, like, look, you taking too long. I'm not your friend. I'm not your family member. Are you going to tip me for waiting for you like this? And she's like, oh, yes, ma'am. I'm going to tip. I'm going to tip you. She comes out. She has one bag, y'all. It wasn't even like she had got a whole lot of stuff. So, I wasn't nasty to her, but, I had to let her know, look, I'm out here working, earning my money, and you are slowing me up. And so we go into that whole conversation. And I let her know, if you going somewhere and you need time to be in that store, that's one ride. When you're done, you request another trip. You just don't have somebody sitting and waiting on you. So we go into that whole conversation or whatever. She apologized. I accept her apology. Okay, I'm going to let it go. Now, and also with that conversation, she went ahead and modified that trip. So she went ahead and knocked off a trip. And this next stop was going to be the last stop. We get to the next stop. And I see that the next stop is Adams and Eve. Yes, y'all. So this girl had me waiting in the store while she in Walmart trying to find her something sexy. And then she thought she was going to have me sitting in the car waiting for her while she went in and picked out some sex toys for her and her boo. And then I was going to drop her off to her mama's house so that she could go eat her pork chops and her apples. So in my dream, I caught that snake. I caught that ass, and we had a conversation about that. And so ceased and desist, okay? Like, we're done. There are no more stops for you. And just to let you know, I appreciate your tip. I appreciate your apology. But because of this behavior, I'm going to let them know to make sure that we're never paired up again, because I'm never going to have this experience again. Lesson learned, okay? Now, in this other girl's dream, the girl that, was telling me about her work situation, she said that she too had a very similar dream, but she said that it's been a reoccurring dream that she's had again and again, and she always gets bit, but she gets bit in different places. So the purpose of this video is because Spirit put it on me to share this whole experience, because somebody's about to be bit. So I'm trying to give you this forewarning so that when you see the signs, you can go ahead and nip it in the bud. Because, after this girl did that, I felt angry as it was happening. And then afterwards, I felt very tired and drained And I was just like, I'm done. This will never happen again. I'm going to make sure it won't happen again. So, for whoever this message is for, somebody is going to attack you, betray you, with no regards to how you feel about it. And hopefully this doesn't happen again and again. Now, as I said, the dream began with kids, lots of kids in the picture. So for whoever this is for, this may be attached to a woman that is using kids as an excuse or a reason to take advantage. So be mindful. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. Oh no, you know what? I hate that these videos turn out to be so long, because I know when I post on TikTok may cut it, but if they do, y'all just gonna have to check it out on YouTube. I will post it there, and YouTube will have the whole full video, because what I want you to do is I want you to hold your breath for just a few seconds. And when you hold your breath, that clears your mind. So try this whenever you get to wherever you are at, but hold your breath for a few seconds and then clear that mind. Take a few deep breaths in, exhale, do it at least 3 times, and ask Spirit, God, I need you to reveal who this snake is in my life. Whoever's name pops up, whoever's face pops up, whatever memory pops up, pay close attention to it, okay? Because like I said, it made me feel a bit enraged, and then I was like completely done. So for whoever this message is for, somebody's about to try to bite. Catch this snake before they bite and nip it in the bud. No more, okay? So that's just that.